Hi folks, you are already familiar with the LTSpice UI and toolbox and the basic keyboard shortcuts. In this episode, we'll construct a TTL NOR gate using two NPN bipolar junction transistors and couple of resistors. We will apply pulsed waveforms shaped like square waveforms as the two inputs of the constructed NOR gate. Two square waveforms have different on time and off time to cover all the truth table combinations of the constructed two-input NOR gate. We will apply proper DC biasing voltage and transient analysis to check the functionality of the constructed two-input NOR gate. So, stay tuned, stay focused. Hey guys, welcome back. In today's episode, we will be constructing a TTL NOR gate using two BJTs and couple of resistors. We will apply two different pulsed waveforms with different on time and off time to get all the truth table combinations necessary to verify the NOR gate operation. For the circuit, I double click on the LTSpice icon and the window has opened. Now I will go to the new file icon or new schematic icon. I click it and the new file dashboard is here. First, I'll save the file with a proper name, file, then save as, and here I will type BJT TTL NOR gate and I'll save it. So, our file is ready. Now we will start drawing the schematics. To draw the transistor, I'll go to the components and from there I will pick up the NPN. So this is a symbol of a BJT which is of type NPN and I'll click place. Here the first one is here and somewhere around here I'll place the second one. I right click to vanish it. Two transistors will be used along with I will have some of the resistance. So let me hit R from the keyboard for the resistances and I will click Ctrl R from the keyboard to rotate it. I'll place one here. And just beneath here, I'll place the second resistor. Now, these are two base resistors. That means the transistor bases will be connected. I need one collector resistor now. So, I'll right click to vanish it. Again, I'll hit R from the keyboard. It has come in the vertical direction. So, I'll click to place it. Now, I right click to vanish it. I'll zoom out a bit. Now you can see all the components are there. I will hit W from the keyboard for the wiring and I'll start wiring. So this resistor will be connected to the base and this will be connected to the base and this will be connected to the collector. Now I need three voltage sources. One is that is for the collector supply and two of the voltage sources will be pulsed waveform. So let me hit V from the keyboard to bring on the voltage icon and let me click it and place it. First one is done. Second one will be here and the third one will be here. So three are placed. I'll right click to vanish it. Now I'll do the wiring. For wiring, I hit W from the keyboard. I'll click here, go upwards, come up to this point, come downwards and connect with this voltage source. I'll go here, go upward and connect it to this point. I'll draw the ground line here. I'll click here, come downwards, go up to this point, click and go upwards and connect to finish it. I'll connect the ground line here. I'll connect the ground line here. I'll connect the ground line here. Now I will connect this voltage to this particular resistor. Will connect this particular voltage with this resistor. I have to place the actual ground here. So I'll hit G from the keyboard. The ground comes in and I'll click and place it. Right click to vanish it. I'll hit W for wiring this ground to the ground line and right click to vanish it. I'll click save to save the file. Now you can see our placeholders are all there. I have to now put the paddings here, that is for the output. Click output and I click OK and here I place it. Next I will have the input pad, that is two inputs. One is VA. I select the input and I click OK and I click to place it. Now I right click to vanish it. Again I go there and I write VB. I type the input. I click OK and I click it to place it. Now I right click to vanish it. Now I will rename this. Now I will rename this as VA and this as VB and this will be as VCC. I'll click OK. This is RC, then I give the name in caps, RC, and this is RB1 and this is RB1. All the placeholders are done. Now I have to give the models and voltages and the resistors, all the values to the respective ones. First, I'll right click here, give a DC value of 5 volt to the VCC. Next, I'll go to RB1. RB1 will have resistance value of 4.7K. So this should be RB2. Okay. And here I give the value again as 4.7K. And for RC, I'll give 33K. I'll click save to save all the changes that I have done. Now I will right click here to select the model for the NPN. And here from the list, I'll pick 2N2222. So this one, and I'll click OK. I'll do the same here. I'll go here, pick the transistor model, and here I select the 2N2222. I'll click OK. I go to the save icon and save this file. Now, the important thing is remaining to configure the pulsed waveforms. I'll right click here, go to advanced, and I'll click on pulsed. Here I will assign the values one by one. As I have already given the details about this pulse waveform and its shape and its different components in the theoretical episodes, I'll not repeat it here. I'll just give the values and go forward. 0, then 5, then 2 micro, then 1 femto, 1 femto, then 4 micro, then 8 micro. So let me recheck the values 0, 5, 2 micro, 1 femto, 1 femto, 4 micro and 8 micro. I'll click OK. I'll click save. I'll right click here, go to advanced. Then I'll click the pulse waveform again. Now for the VB, I'll give the values again. 0, 5, 1 micro, 1 femto, 1 femto, then 2 micro and 4 micro. Let me recheck the values 0, 5, 1 micro, 1 femto, 1 femto, 2 micro, 4 micro. I'll click OK. I'll click save icon to save the entire set of data that we have assigned to all the placeholders. Now, let me go and view the SPICE netlist. I'll turn on the marker pen and here you can see there are 2 transistors, 2 base resistors, 1 collector resistors, 1 collector supply, 2 input pulse sources and the model here, and these models are coming from this particular file, the .lib file. All the things are done. One thing is remaining is the transient analysis command. So I'll give it. I close this particular netlist and I come down here. I go to the SPICE directive and I first give the .ic or the initial conditions. I'll click here and then I'll go here and give the .tran. I'll click OK. Here I'll click the tran. Now I right click here to give the transient details. I'll give 7 micro, then 0, then 1 nano. So our transient command is ready here. In theoretical episodes, I have talked about the transient and its different components. In case you are not familiar, go ahead and watch that particular episode from the same playlist of this series. So 7 micro, 0 and 1 nano. I'll click OK. I'll click save. I click zoom to fit. Now the entire thing is in one window. And now as we are all done, I'll run the simulation. I click the run button and the simulation is done. First here, I'll go here and click on the VA. So the first waveform comes. I'll click here. I'll hit T from the keyboard for making room for the next waveform. I'll go here and I'll click VB. Again, I come back here and I hit P to make room for the output. I'll go here. Now I'll click on the output. Now let me turn on my marker pen. Now the NOR truth table is something like that. For 0 0 combination, the output is 1, and for any other combination, that is 1 0 0 1 and 1 1, it is 0. So here we can see that this is 0 and this is 0, and the output is 1. And rest of the condition, it is staying at 0, and that is expected. That is 0 and 1, it is 0. So for this slot, then 1 and 1, we have again 0, and then 1 and 0, we have 0. So it is very straightforward for the NOR truth table verification. Let me clear the screen, and here you can see only in the 0 0 combination, that is here, it is 1, and for all the rest of the combinations, we can see here, right, the output is 0, and that is expected for our NOR gate to have. So let me clear the markings. One thing I'll check which I have missed, I'll click on the circuit tree, go to view, then spice output log, and I scrutinize that there are no errors or warnings. So this is a must-have check. You have to do it. If there is something, we have to address it. Now I'll click and close it. So our simulation has performed and given the output as expected for the NOR gate using the TTL logic using BJT. So we have successfully constructed the NOR gate, that is the TTL NOR gate, using BJTs and couple of resistors. So we are done here with all the construction and verification. That's all, folks. Thank you very much for watching up to this point, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe. In case you have some dislikes, put that as in words in the comment section down below, and bye for today.